should come back off that in the morning.
Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet?
I love people as I meet them one by one. People are just wonderful as individuals. You see the whole...
My great aspiration, my greatest ambition is to be so good. Now, in that way, I'm tiresome, as I suppose, to live with, because I want to be a fantastic human being.
I am the greatest. We're not disputing that, Cassius, but how does Sonny Liston feel about it? He can't feel but one way, and let's take everything I say and like it. Because February the 25th, I'm going to take back my job. I'm the champ. He's no champ. He's a tramp.
When you see men fall, don't laugh. Learn. Learn. Because you're on your way up. And the things that tempt people to fall, you and I are not free from that temptation.
Yo, what up?
Dom DeMarco.
It's Friday. What's good? Peace and blessings, glory, praise, and honor to the Most High. Welcome to another episode of Assembly of Excellence podcast. I am your host, Deep Entropy, Last of a Writer's Creed. Spinning the block. It's about to be a very, very long weekend, and we got some stuff to talk about. I'm about to be on y'all helmets all weekend. I couldn't really get with y'all like I wanted to this week. Responsibilities, but if you called me earlier, Monday, Tuesday, over the weekend, then you already know what type of time I'm on. Shout out to Jason. Shout out to Sir Drewski. Yesterday was one of the most interesting exchanges between three kings that I could ever have asked for. That was a hell of a show. Shout out to them. I appreciate both of you fellas coming up here and sharing your wisdom with us. If you didn't catch that show, you can watch it back on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. Before I go into what I do up here, let me bring this up just in case you want to stay in touch. Oh yeah, it's about to be a very, very turned up weekend, man. We got the virtual open mic tonight, 8:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I cannot wait. I've been waiting on this shit for 2 weeks. I mean, even going into 2025 of these, I mean, going back to December, going into the year, I was already focused on trying to get the community back in some type of shape, man, because I love poetry. I love being in that environment. So we got some new faces pulling up tonight. I'm excited. I can't wait. I'm definitely going to be locked in. I hope you guys enjoy the show if you can make it. And then we got the King's Morning Table tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern. We'll see what happens. I think I'm going to try to pull a triple or maybe a double. We'll see what happens. Shout outs to my poets, my writers, my content creators, everyone who is watching wherever you are. I thank you. If you have any comments, any topics, anything that you want to see us discuss up here, all the info is down here at the bottom. You can also join the conversation in the comment section if you want to pull up. I make it happen. I want to give my final analysis on Skip Bayless, Joy Taylor, and her hairstylist. I'm gonna be very, very blunt, very direct, and I'm gonna try to be as to the point as possible. I don't, like I said before, I don't like to rush through any of my thoughts, but I know all of you are familiar with what's going on. I said this in a prior stream that honestly I don't really care about any of them, but it's because of the nature of the circumstances surrounding them that I address it. Where do I want to start? Everyone is waiting on an answer. We want to know if she's innocent. Are the accusations accurate? Were they made up? Was all of this falsified? People are speculating. People are making assumptions. I'm assuming that most of you have read that long list of crap that was put for the public media. My question is, what happens if she's proven, or anybody involved in this is proven to be guilty or innocent? What happens after that? Does it change your perspective on them? You know, a lot of men and women have gone to the grave and gone to jail and have suffered because of the betrayal, the lies, and the deceit of men and women operating from a place of selfishness and greed and lust and desire. A lot of people have been put in this position before. And one of the reasons why I say I don't really care about this shit is because everybody deals with this. Everybody has been in this space before. Who doesn't have the advantage when you're a woman and you're trying to fight for a position that most men typically get? Of course, you've been around someone who's been backstabbed. You've been the backstabber. You've been the person who has used your sexuality to get your way. Most women in 2025 don't have any moral compass. Most of them will sell their entire soul for a paycheck. Most women in this day and age don't care about love, don't care about relationships, don't care about equality like they say they do. A lot of women in 2025 only care about themselves. We've gotten to a place where nobody really gives a shit about nobody else. Unless it benefits them, we're not checking for you. We don't hear you. We're not entertaining you. You're not on our radar. Don't even come this way saying hello. Don't even speak to me. What do you got that I could get out of this? that the men are completely fucked and lost and screwed, and all they think about is sex and sex and more sex and power and sex and power. The guys that are humble and breaking their back and sweating and taking and eating shit on a daily basis just to have a simple life, they're the ones that are going through all of these different situations of getting turned away and turned down and disrespected and disregarded and discarded by society because they don't have a certain build or certain shape. They don't have the same features that some of your famous superstars got. They have to sit in the back of the bus while everybody else gets everything that's put in front of them like it's the freshest thing on the market, when in reality a lot of them, these men and women that are at the forefront, they are the most disgusting, the most dirty, the most trifling, the ones that have been the most ran through, the ones that have been through the most broken situations mentally, spiritually. Men shitted on them, left them, dumped them, pumped, left them with children, beat them, had multiple side pieces because they had the power and the position. All of this shit has been going on around us for generations upon generations. It's nothing new. So when I say I don't really give a shit about this, I really don't. But since we be here, I wanna address Jason, Cam Newton, and everybody else speaking on this story. Who give a shit? Do you really care? Do you really care if Skip Bayless offered or was willing to pay somebody $1 million for some used up sex? $1 million for box? Are you fucking kidding me? But do you really care? For one, it ain't your money. For two, you don't know him. You don't know her. And on top of that, how does it affect you directly? I think the problem is that for me, it's absolutely ridiculous. It is ridiculous for anyone. First of all, the only time I can see a man ever in a space where he's paying for vagina is his wife. If you're not married or you're not on the road to marriage, there's no reason for you to be spending any type of money on no female, especially if they are not putting out the same effort to show you that they adore you, respect you, first and foremost, admire you. If they don't respect you, if they don't see you as a prize, if they don't see you as someone that they can give their all to and help you build and grow, you should not be spending anything on them. You shouldn't be chasing them. You shouldn't be, fuck all that. But I get it. You're a millionaire. You're rich. You can splurge and spend your money on whatever you want. A lot of them folks that got all this money, they swear that they can buy anything. They can get anything that their hearts desire because you got the bag for it. You think people are just easily bought. And I blame men for this. I blame women for this. Women, you sell yourself so cheap. You sell yourself so cheap. Not all of you, but a large majority of you. Every other day is something about money. It's something about money. If he's not a provider, it's always something about money. And you're basically saying that you're a streetwalker without having the title to it. Men see you, we hear how you talk, and if you can tell me if I'm wrong. All on the internet. That's all it is. It's either you selling ass or you're advertising for a paycheck. Let me slow down a little bit. You know, I come from an era where your parents, your grandparents, they worked very hard. They didn't get paid as much as we do, even though I'm not satisfied with where we are now today, but I'm grateful. But our grandparents, they had it a lot worse. They did not make or have the same salary that we had. Their journey was not as easy as ours was. Your grandmothers, great grandmothers, they might have had their own separate life outside the house, but there was honor, there was value. They stayed in the house. They weren't going to leave their husbands if things didn't work out right away. If they were borderline evicted, borderline homeless, they didn't leave because the guy couldn't afford $15,000-$20,000 bags and all this fruitless, expensive, extravagant shit that y'all be wanting to spend your money on every single day. Grandparents, they had a different level of code. Being in the spotlight wasn't really their thing. They just wanted their home to be a home and their family to grow up healthy and happy. They didn't need 20 cars. They didn't need 80 million likes. They didn't even know nothing about social media. It's only in this modern feministic era where your value is only connected to who you know and what they can provide. The position of power that a person has. Joy Taylor has gone on a number of different rants about exactly who she is, what she requires. Now, all you need to really do, listening to her and any other woman who has any characteristics similar to her, all you have to do is let them talk. Don't say a word. Listen to everything that they say out their mouth, and it will tell you everything that you need to know about how she was raised, what happened to her. You don't even need to see the full story. You don't need that. All you got to do is hear how a person talks. You can tell. She is abundantly made it evident to me that whether or not she's innocent or guilty, one thing is a fact. Based on how I've viewed her over the last couple of days, she is not the type of woman that you would want to get married to or take serious to that extent. If what is said is accurate and that she was sleeping with multiple people at the same time, let's allegedly say, if she was really doing that, I don't want to hear if men can do it, why can't women do it? I don't want to hear it. And here's why. Men shouldn't be doing it. Women shouldn't be doing it. Quite frankly, we shouldn't even be exploring all of these different bodies in the first place. We're supposed to be saving that special moment for marriage, but we've already disqualified ourselves from that. We decided that we were going to live the way we wanted to live. So you get what you get. I'm sorry, this ain't going to be very pretty.
Sensational.
When you live the way that you want to live, and you want to fuck who you want to have, you want to go down that road. You want to be envious. You want to be jealous. You want to be combative. Those are the type of seeds that you want to plant. That's how you want your legacy to be remembered. You want to spread your disease and your selfishness and your demonic spirits to other people. Is that the example that you're putting out here? That you'll do whatever it takes to get what you want from who you want, no matter what. You think because you semi-attractive, that qualifies you to be an anchor, to be in a leader position? I thought being a leader or being given a chance to be in a certain job field meant that you had experience, that you knew what you were doing. If you had experience, do your thing. I'm not mad at you. Go ahead. But for you, ladies, hold on. How do you feel about women getting put in spaces to reap benefits entirely based around superficial reasons? You're the ones who went to school, went to college, and you're the ones who actually have the knowledge to support you applying or competing for said job. But the lady with the big breast and the voluptuous figure and the face card supersedes your experience. So they give them the position over you because they sacrificed their womb for that job and you wouldn't. How does that make you feel? Does that bother you? Is there nothing wrong with that? Or does the sister code still kind of apply here? Do you condone a woman sleeping with multiple men at the same time? See, whether or not it's right or wrong on a man or woman side the fact of the matter is, you're spreading yourself thin. You're spreading your spiritual essence in multiple areas, and while you're doing that, you're making yourself susceptible to demonic entities being introduced to you through the people that you are laying down with, and you don't know what comes with them. But it's so that you can be on TV. You can be on national TV with Shaq, and you can do sports shows, and you can be in front of millions and millions of people. Look at me, look at me, look at me. I'm pretty. I'm pretty.
Fuck you.
There's hella women that are way more knowledgeable. I go on Twitter right now. There are women on Twitter that have way more knowledge and experience about sports than Joy Taylor. That's a fact. There's men on Twitter that have more knowledge than a lot of these people that's on these spaces. But for whatever reason, y'all look at eye candy, and well, as long as they look good, I can sit here for a half an hour. I can sit here for about an hour and listen to it. I ain't really listening to them. I'm just looking at yeah, but y'all don't care though. Doesn't really seem to bother you much, does it? This is what's wrong with us. This is what's wrong with society. Look, Joy Taylor, you are a solid. You're a solid 5. I'll give you a solid 5. 5.6, if that. I don't like your verbiage. You're very high maintenance. With your mouth closed, you would be tolerable. I believe that if we got into a discussion and I wanted to make decisions, the only way that you would shut up and not give me pushback if I was making more than you. I don't think that you respect anyone who makes less than you. I don't think you didn't even respect your husband. A woman who doesn't respect her husband is not going to respect nobody. If you allegedly can sleep with multiple people at the same time, you don't respect yourself or the person. I don't care who you are. One, because you're possibly spreading diseases. Also, two, because if you really was like that, you wouldn't have had to hide any of that. Grown men and grown women, if you want to fuck off and sleep with multiple people, you be straight up and tell them what you're doing. You don't sneak around and do it. Sneak around, smile in both parties' faces while exchanging soul energy and fake experiences with one over the other, also that you can obtain some level of success in your own life because you don't feel as significant to the community as you think you do. Joy Taylor, if you were who you thought you were, allegedly you wouldn't have had to fuck to get where you are. If you really was like that, if a lot of these women were like that, like they say they are, you wouldn't have to suck and fuck to get to the bag at all. You wouldn't. If you thought you had the complete package, brains, beauty, the body, the spirituality, you wouldn't be sleeping with management. You wouldn't be going behind your family's back. You wouldn't be stabbing people in the back. Y'all think that your shortcuts and your ability to suck in weak-minded people gives you like this credit card of notoriety, or like it gets you in any and every door, and every man and every woman out here don't move with weak standards. You're not going to be able to show your ass and titties to every single dude out here, and they're just going to bend to your will. Your women like Joy Taylor, you'll destroy a family. You'll destroy someone's career. You'll destroy relationships, burn bridges. Anton said this not too long ago, and he was right. You put a whore in a setting with kings. You put a woman who ain't got no boundaries. She don't have no respect for herself. You put a woman who don't know what being a woman is, and she's broken, and you put her around any man who knows how to sustain his business, thrive in it, expand it effectively, efficiently. You put her in a room with them, oh, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be an absolute problem. Women have always been men's greatest weakness. Always. Which is sad in reality, because if you remove what we chase, you would probably want to fight them most of the time, because their attitude in their mouth. If they didn't have titties and they didn't have all that shit, you wouldn't be able to deal with them that much. You wouldn't be able to tolerate them as much, because they're uncouth. They're unkept. Somebody didn't teach them. They were raised to think that having STDs is fun. They were raised to think that Sexy Red and Cardi B is role models. They were raised to think that Megan Thee Stallion is a role model. Joy Taylor is no different than a great 90% of the females that I see out here, and like, I can't even pronounce her hairstylist's name, but she's just as basic. Like I had to do a double take on both of them, because everybody in the world talking about both of them, and I'm looking at Joy and I'm looking at old girl. I'm like, these bitches is average looking. They're not even breaking 6.6 at all. They're 5 point. Yeah, they're no. No. Her hairstylist looks like she's had a lot of surgery, and if she hasn't had surgery, she just looks like age has not treated her well. She looks like the average white woman. Joy Taylor looks like a bougie mixture of white and black. Nothing that either one of them have. I've seen better looking females walking up and down the street. Sorry.
How dare you?
But they're both basic. They're rudimentally, fundamentally basic. They're average looking. We as men tend to make females look better than what they really be. She's gassed up. You didn't even deserve the job that you got. I ain't knocking you. You did your thing. You got there. I don't know what you did and how you did it, but you got there. Yo. If I was just watching her, or I was just in the store and I happened to come across her or her folks, I wouldn't look at them twice. Joy and her hairstylist. Let me figure out what the fuck her name is, man. Hold on. Matter of fact, let me do this. Let me do this. I want to give a visual with this shit too. Fuck it. Hold on. Let me see something here. I want to do a visual. I'm going to talk about all of these fine people here for a second. Look at that shit. Let me see. This shit is crazy, bro. The first picture they pulled up was Jason Whitlock. That boy is thirsty. We're going to get to him in a second, too. Yeah. Let me bring this up the screen. Now, here's my thing. Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. I get that. And this is what I'm talking about. You are not what you think you are. This, to me, honestly, this right here, that is not a model. That is not a 8. That ain't a 7. At best, that's a 5. 5.6. I look at her, I could like just looking at her demeanor, looking at how she looks like she is problematic. Like, she comes with a lot of shit. It might be hard for the average person to really notice it off of looks, but you can tell that she's spoiled, that she's self-centered, that she's used to getting things how she wants to get them. I don't look at her and think, oh, I can trust her. But again, you know how hard it is for average people to get in positions that any attractive woman, all they got to do is do exactly what she's alleged to do. A whole lot of dudes would be out of jobs if every single female on this earth just said fuck morals and wanted to just open their legs up. That's all you got to do. If that's what is required for someone to get a position, come on, man. Basic. This is basic. That is basic. To me, to somebody else, she might be a lot more than this. Is this the other one? Hold on. Let me find the chick. Before and after. Hold on, let me see something. They wildin'. They wildin', bro. Hold up. Nah. We not about to do that. We not about to do that. You ever been around someone that know how to finesse? I'm gonna tell you a quick little story. I was bullshitting around with one of my folks on the phone. We was just kind of like saying, well, look, man, it was a woman, by the way. I just want y'all. I was like, I bet I can reenact this part better than you. Oh, you think so? I think I can be a better therapist than you. So we both kind of did like this role play type of thing. So she played the role. She played a therapist. I played a therapist. We both did like I was the patient, she was the therapist, and vice versa. And the way that she was able to turn that shit on, like like me talking to her on a regular basis at normal. No, like, bitch this, angry this, like how you talk to your peoples and your peers and shit. It was, and then when you get around authority or like a judge or the whole lingo, she completely shifted her whole shit. And I'm like, yeah. See, women know how to turn that shit on and off, and they know how to adjust in the environments that they're in. She looks like she knows how to adjust to whatever environment she is in. It's just something just devious about that. Extremely devious about her. I would never trust her around nobody that I know. If I was making that type of money and all I'm around is millionaires, and these brothers are doing their thing too, and they got power, and I would never trust her around them. I would never bring her around them. She doesn't seem like someone that you would bring around your folks. Given the opportunity, we keep talking about how trifling men are, but we never talk about how nasty some of these females is, to the extents that they will go to get their desires met. I'm not convinced. I don't know if she's guilty or innocent. What I do know is she's no different than old girl that lived 2 blocks away from me. She's no different than Slim that worked 2 floors above where my department is. No different. No, none. Hold on, let me see if I can find. Let me go back. I really want to do this. Sorry. Now look at this. Let me see if I can expand that. I'm gonna try to blow this one up a little. All right, you're not going. All right, I got you. But look at. Let me see something. I think she don't. No. That is an average. That was an average body. Hold on. This is an average body. The only thing about, like, if we're being realistic, the only thing I see is that she has a big chest. She's not really curvy at all. And you can look at this whole photo right here, and you can tell that she loves the center of attention. She absolutely loves it. She don't. Nah, no. We not. Nah. I want to go to her other friend. I want to, because I keep telling you, dudes, like, we be making these chicks look like more than what they are, man. They don't be all that for real. Now, I know I ain't the most handsome or whatever and all this. I don't care about none of that shit. That don't really bother me. What bothers me is when we be inflating egos of people who shouldn't have inflated egos. Let me see here. Nah, her sister. I don't want that shit. Hold up. Stylist. Joy Taylor stylist. Pull that up. Let me see. It's like Tarisha or some shit. It's a weird ass name though. See, they're showing me more of. I think it's like Farisha or something. Hold on. I'm trying to find it. Yeah, I think this is it. No, this ain't even it. What the hell is her name? It's Let me see some. We couldn't just. Was it that difficult? Is this her? Okay, that's that. Here it is, right here, right here. Faraji, that's her name. My bad. Let me bring this back up. Yeah. Oh. Now look at that.
Damn.
Do she look like somebody that you would spend $1 million on for some box? Would you pay $1 million for that? Honestly, I'm not body shaming. I'm just being honest. Would you pay $1 million for that? She looks just like every average white chick that I see on the job, walking the streets of downtown. And no, we not about to do that, man. $1 million. I'm trying to find a better one. Let me see if I can find a better one. Oh, and speaking of which, $1 million, bro. $1 million. And look, I don't even condone paying for it. If you got to pay for it, you probably don't deserve it. You shouldn't even be having sex anyway until you meet the person that you want to spend the rest of your life with. But that's neither here nor there. $1 million for this. Let me see if I can find another one of her, man. That shit is crazy. Hold on. And they try and be funny though. Hold up. Something. Yeah. I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna address Mr. Jason and Cam Newton, because you two are going back and forth over this story, and I don't know why you're going back and forth over this story. Are you sleeping with either or? Have you had any history with either or? Does it make you any money? I would like to know why do you have such a personal issue with Jason speaking on it, and why do you feel like you need to come to the rescue to go back? And I don't understand that. That ain't got nothing to do with you. Go ahead and let them handle that the way they want to handle it. I really don't know why anybody is really talking about it unless you're going to talk about it for what it is, and essentially it's the nature of greedy ass men and women. That's all this really is about. Greedy ass men and women who want power, who want money, who want respect, who want to be seen. That's it. Lust, greed, and all that shit in between. That's all this is. Just another average woman going above and beyond to get average box beat up and exchanged for profit. That is all. That is her. You know what I find funny though, right? Why do these people tend to wait to speak up when there's crimes that they allege happen? Like where was this at a year ago, 2 years ago? Why now all of a sudden do people decide that they want to file lawsuits? All of a sudden you want justice. All of a sudden you want your voice to be heard. Where was this at 2, 3, 4 years ago? Now all of a sudden you got something to say. Fuck out of here. That shit is crazy. But it just go to tell you people are willing and ready to risk it all for a paycheck, for a come up. And y'all dudes, man, y'all be so horny and so pressed for pussy that you'll entertain any and everybody, not knowing that these folks are demonic and they're walking around with usury spirits. Their goal and their mission is to siphon and rob you of your finances and your peace and your joy. Demons using women to get to you because you're in a space where you can. Oh, you don't want to hear that shit, though. Let me show you this shit. Now, again, we need to really start being honest, because women are very honest with how they view dudes that don't really look all that great to them. If I'm dissecting this, oh yeah, I can blow it. Oh shit, hold up. Yeah. All right. Now, look at that. Okay. Yeah, this is about to get dark. Hold on a second. She looks like a teacher who has interest in students.
Stop it. Get some help.
She looks like a pastor's wife who has slept with half the congregation.
Cut it out.
She looks like she patterns her dress code on the image of her daughters.
My nigga.
She looks like she put on 10 layers of paint to hide all of the wrinkles underneath. She looks like something is restricting her stomach from sitting out like a lunchbox. She is nothing other than a woman who is trying to dress younger than what she is. She don't have any lips. I know damn well that's not her face. Remove all that makeup. I bet she looked just like Robert Englund. Remove all of that makeup. I bet she'll scare the shit out you in the morning. We move down to the lower portion, right about here to the hip to this region, and she has absolutely zero. So she has absolutely zero hip, and that tells me that she doesn't really have a backside. What am I saying? Nobody is paying $1 million for this. She's a average looking woman. She's passable. She looks decent, but nobody's about to. Nobody's spending come on, my nigga. Nobody's about to spend $1 million or even proposition you for $1 million. What the fuck are you talking about?
Stop it. Get some help.
If you don't take that expired milk somewhere else, if you don't take your forehead is disproportionate to the rest of your backside, the fuck out of here. Your forehead is bigger than your ass. You look like you're about 48, 49 wearing your 14-year-old daughter's outfit. Nah, I'm sorry. That's not worth $1 million. But what's sad is there's dudes out here, literally men out here that got money. You done busted your ass to be a millionaire, a billionaire, and you think that there's nothing else that you could do worthwhile with your bread other than to spend it on this right here? That's you don't have nothing else that profitable or productive that you could do with that money other than okay. I guess so. Cam Newton, Jason, I know what you're doing. I understand why you're doing it. And it makes sense. You don't necessarily care about the lawsuit. You don't necessarily care about the deeper impact that this is going to have or has already had. You don't care about any of this other than this is what's in conversation. And the only reason you're arguing over this because people have been saying, don't nobody listen to no fucking Jason Whitaker or whatever the hell. Nobody really listens to you, bro. You know how I found out who you was? I found out who you were because someone brought you up about hating on Cameron and Mace. They said you was up there throwing shade at them. I'm like, hold up. Who is this dude? Why is he hating on them? Who is he to be hating on them? Like, I never heard of you before. But my thing was, well, shit. The only reason people really pay attention and even acknowledge you is if you have some type of importance on social media. If it was just a regular person like me, they wouldn't mention me. So you had to be somebody to a certain extent. So I clicked on the video and you was going on and on and on about Cameron and Mace. Shut the fuck up.
Fuck you. Oh, fuck you, fuck you. Fuck you, fuck you. Fuck, 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 fuck you.
And my thing is, like, I think Cameron and Mace funny as hell. I'm not hating on nobody's. You do you, and if it works for you, it works for you. The fuck you? Why are you throwing shade at them for? What are you mad at them for? That's how I found out about you. Before then, I had never heard of you. I want you to understand. I don't care about your celebrity. I don't care about your names. I don't care about none of that. It don't make or break me. I just found out about you. And then from there, it was like, damn, one thing after another. Started with you, and then it went all the way over to Joy Taylor. Don't know. I didn't know who the fuck she was. I don't be watching ESPN and shit like that. I'm not going to pretend like I do. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Find out about her case. Then 20, 30 different people was talking about her. All right. Then you started talking about her. And then when you start talking about her, then Cam Newton started talking about you for talking about her. And I'm like, oh, okay. Okay, I see what's happening here. It's like a follow train. Everybody talk about the person that is really being pushed into the forefront of the community. That's how that works. So you probably don't really have nothing against Jason. Y'all helping each other out. Question. Do you think someone in Cam Newton's space can give advice to anyone? I mean, given his backstory, his interview with Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, do you think that he's someone that's notable to be giving tips about anything? I just think a lot of them folks are full of shit. Y'all don't really be caring about these people, man. Like, come on, man. Y'all don't care about these people. Y'all just like the gossip and shit. Rumors. Oh, this happened, that happened. That's all you care about. You don't really care about them and their lifestyles and who they sleep with and don't sleep. You're not thinking about that shit. I think it's corny that y'all fake going back and forth. Why are you arguing for? What is the real issue? What is the real beef? Fill me in, enlighten me. Cam Newton, what did Jason Whitaker do to you to make you so offended by what he said about her? Or was it more? Vice versa. It can't really be what everybody. I digress. Whatever's going to happen from this, let justice be served. Decent and in order. Ladies, please hear me out. I know you probably don't care, but let me tell you something. Sacrificing your body to move up the corporate ladder is not worth it. Also, not only is it not worth it, it puts a stain on you. that's going to be extremely difficult to get rid of. I don't necessarily believe that if you didn't have other options, that this would be the one that you would go to. I really honestly believe with the bottom of my heart that you would rather do things where you didn't have to sacrifice your ass and your mouth and your throat as compensation to be successful. If you didn't have to feel like you had to do it, you wouldn't do it. And then there's another caveat. Maybe you just secretly like being in that position. Like there's like this carnal part of you that do it because you really kind of want to do it because it's exciting and it brings you some type of thrill, and you're masking it as if, oh, I had to do this because you know how hard it is for women to be, you know how hard it is. Nah, it's either I just can't see. Can I be real, man? The fact that you like being choked during sex, the fact that you like aggression and you like men with confidence and you want leadership, and there's just so many layers to it. I know for a fact that you have kinks, and this has to be one of them. I'm gonna do a poll on Twitter, and I'm gonna do one on my IG and on Facebook. And this is specifically for the women. I want to know, if you weren't in a situation where sex was the only way to get the job, would you open your legs? If you could do it based off of merit and intellect, would you keep your legs closed? Because for some reason, I think that's a mixture, and I think that a lot of you have like little low-key desires that you be trying to disguise as being held down and oppressed, and you use that as an excuse. Because I just can't fathom you being okay with having two different dicks going in you Monday through Friday. You have, or am I tripping? Am I tripping to think that? Because I thought it took a lot for you to get turned on. So how could you not be turned on by multiple people, but get turned on enough to have multiple appendages going in and out of you? How does that work? Yeah, there's more here, way more here than the average person thinks. I think outside the box. You're not gonna fool me with that shit. You can miss me with all that. If you can have Lily Phillips laid with 101 men. How does that happen? How is that possible? Girls be cheating on them. Wives be cheating on husbands. vice versa. You absolutely can get turned on by another person, and you can actually you're not just going to lay there. You're not. I'm not buying it. I'm absolutely not buying it. So we're going to find out what happens. We're going to find out if she's guilty of any of this is real. And I just wanted to reiterate, it's not worth it. Giving your body up, it's not worth it. Falsely accusing people of inappropriately doing things to you, that's no bueno. I truly believe that anyone who falsely accuses someone of a crime that they didn't commit should do equal time for the crimes that they accuse the person of. So if they are acquitted because evidence showed that you were full of shit, then you still should do time for that. There's no way that you should be walking away free from what you just put on this person. Joy Taylor, Cam Newton. I mean, come on, man. Stick to sports. Just stick to sports. Stick to sport. Don't talk this relationship shit. Don't get up here talking about men and women. Don't do that. Don't do that. I know you played in the NFL. I know. No. We don't want to hear from you. I don't personally. I don't know about anybody else. Real spill though. Because I just can't wrap my mind around someone with like 7, 8, 10, 15 kids can get up here and tell someone how another man is supposed to feel towards this, or how a woman is supposed to. What? That don't make no sense to me. But nah, I'm about to get up off of here. We still got what, 3 hours? 3 hours before the open mic. That's gonna be a goodie. I'm looking forward to that one. I might have to get prepared for it. Tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Attic Virtual Open Mic. This is going to be one of the best kickoffs to January. If you into poetry, tap in. If you want to be a part of any future shows, tap in. You want to support the artist, tap in. Got any topics you want to share? Tap in. Everything down there at the bottom. But I will see you guys later on, 8 p.m. I'm about to get ready. Make sure everything is in order. Y'all take it easy. I will see you guys later. And do me a solid.